My first job was at the Universal Studios theme park. I had an all-white outfit with a teal belt and a matching teal hat, and I was the one who would say, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3:30 Waterworld SeaWars Spectacular. As you enter the theater, please use the stairways and aisles only." Yes. Food and beverage are welcome at all of Universal's auditoriums, but smoking is strictly prohibited.
Very good. So start with the shoulder in a little. My name's Gary Hart, and I'm running for president.
I want you to think about the opportunity that we have right here, right now. I've never known a guy more talented at untangling politics so that anyone can understand. It is a gift.
I think when most people think of the Gary Hart story, they think of the name of a boat, they think about a quote, and they think about a photograph that actually came out many weeks after Hart had actually left politics. Mm-hmm. Matt Bai was the first person who said, I think this is an important moment in which things shifted. Shifted in terms of our relationship with public and private, relationship between candidates and the press, as well as with gender politics.
I do remember, probably like Jason said, I remember a few bits of it, but I was on a gap year with 4 other Australians backpacking around Europe. I really don't remember much of the entire year, to be honest, but...
Don't you think you owe it to us to be forthcoming?
Oh, yeah.
You're running for president!
I'm aware of that, Tom. It's in the paper.
Well, you have a responsibility!
I know full well what my responsibilities are. Do you know yours?
I mean, what appealed to you about playing Gary Hart?
The first thing that appealed to me was this man, because I'm a massive fan of Jason. So I was, the inner monologue as I was reading was, please like this, please like this, please like this. But I think perhaps as I get older, I'm more interested in the grey areas of life, what makes us human. I've played a superhuman for quite a long period of time. So, but even with Wolverine, what makes him human, his flaws, definitely interests me. And from the very beginning of this, I was taken by how many beautifully drawn characters there are. I mean, I don't know how many speaking parts there are. It's got to be 30.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always count it as a movie with at least 20 main characters.
Right.
Yeah.
And you really do see this cauldron of a political campaign and this turning point from so many different angles, so beautifully and seemingly effortlessly. And I think being in a movie, for me, what grabbed me was that there's no heroes, there's no villains, it's just a bunch of human people making a whole lot of mistakes and trying to sort of get by. And so playing someone like Gary, it was a challenge for me. I was nervous about it. I knew that Gary, or I hoped that Gary would see the film at some point. That's something I hadn't done before. I actually play a character who would actually watch the film of the worst 3 weeks of his life, probably. It was a challenge, and that really turned me on, I have to admit. He's a very enigmatic, kind of interior, private character. I'm pretty much the opposite in life. If you ask me a question, I'll never shut up telling you the answer. So it was, in many ways, it was, as you can see from my answer, it was a huge attraction to me.
This campaign is about the future, not rumors, not sleaze, and I care about the sanctity of this process, whether you do or do not.
I kind of knew half the story going in. I knew Hugh through his movies, but I didn't know him as a person yet. And what was extraordinary was to actually meet the man and see what a decent human being he is, in the way that he is with the cast, the way that he is with the crew. He would, many years ago, Hugh realized that he wanted more of a relationship with the crew. He realized that he didn't get the opportunity on a weekly basis to kind of actually say hello to every single person. So he started every Friday stopping at a grocery store on the way to set, buying 200 scratcher tickets, and one by one handing them out on set.
Seriously?
Just so he could shake a hand, look in someone's eyes, thank them for the work, and wish them luck every single week. He is a remarkable human being and unlike any movie star I've ever met. And when it comes to the work, it's even more impressive.
Just because some other paper used gossip as front page news, that doesn't mean we have.
It does now.
What does this movie sort of make you think about your own relationship with fame or being in the public eye?
It certainly, it makes me thankful that I went into acting and not politics, because that's a brutal lens that is on them. It's completely unforgiving, and from the moment you sign up, half of the country hates you, and every opponent is spending millions of dollars to literally publicly shame you, humiliate you, destroy. I just would not have that kind of thick enough skin for that. In our business, you know, I've said this before, I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard that Frances McDormand doesn't do a lot of press. That's her choice. She would rather have a private, and she won the Oscar last year. There are ways to have very meaningful, successful jobs as an artist that is impossible as a politician. So certainly, I think for me, and we all know people in our business where the public side of it is very difficult. They're actually very private artists, and they share who they are through their art, and the public appearances or talk shows are like torture for them. It just is not like that for me, and I'm very grateful that it doesn't feel like that kind of burden. But I think on politicians, it is searing. The light that is on them is searing, and I think, as Gary was saying, and therefore, you know, a lot of people don't go into public life that perhaps we might have lost.